Welcome back to another episode of Hello Ladies, where feminism meets pro wrestling. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. I am Sabrina.
And I'm MJ.
And there's been stuff that's happened in wrestling, and gosh darn it, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about all the stuff and all the things. But first, if you have not already subscribed to the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a like, leave a comment, let us know what you enjoyed this week in wrestling.
Yes, please do all of that. And if you already follow our podcast, be sure to give us a review, a positive review. If you're hate following us, don't do any of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Do we want to start with Money in the Bank since that's the biggest grouping of things?
Good call. Let's start with Money in the Bank.
Yes. I will say I made a TikTok video in which I got the most hate that I've received in a while.
Nice.
A lot of salty boys when I was like, oh, Damian Priest couldn't win, huh? And that I feel like the drove certain people over the edge. And I want to make this very clear. I apologize for nothing.
Fair.
But yeah, we don't have to. I guess we are starting with that match since that's where I opened my mouth at. Obviously,
Hey, like you said earlier, it's our podcast. We can start wherever we want. We can talk about what we want. So
yeah. Obviously Drew McIntyre won the Money in the Bank briefcase for the men.
Yeah.
He had a bit of he cheated a little bit being that he is so tall and handsome. I don't know how the handsome part helps, but maybe the cat dad stuff does. He watched his cats for a while and was I'm gonna get
helps his agility. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think a lot of people knew that once he got it, the cash-in was probably happening that night.
Yeah. Agreed.
And then, was anyone surprised by the CM Punk fuckery?
No. I like the way that they did it though, because in my head, I had thought I was like, I don't want CM Punk to interfere with the Money in the Bank match. That's what I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I was at least happy they interfered with the cash in. But then again, a lot of people probably disagree with me because people are pissed that now the men's Money in the Bank is literally out of commission for the next year because they used it up,
I feel
for
like
a failed cash in.
I feel like people were also pissed because Damian Priest held on to his Money in the Bank briefcase so long. No one's ever happy.
I know. And they doubted him. They were like, he's gonna lose it. They didn't think he was gonna have a successful cash in, and he did. So what do people fucking know on the internet, huh?
Right? Nothing. We,
All
as
of a
people
sudden,
on the internet.
I was gonna say, us posting this on the internet.
Yeah. We as
What
people
are
on
those
the internet
fuckers
know
know?
nothing.
Don't listen to those internet people.
Mm-hmm.
The people in my screen know nothing.
Um, but yes, I really liked how everything went because the second I saw CM Punk, I just started cackling. It's just so funny. It's so fun. Drew McIntyre is so angry, and I love it.
I know. I did too.
And CM Punk sitting on the desk, and when who was it? Michael Cole was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "My job." The way he said that was like a cartoon character.
And everything after where Drew's pissed and he walks out to the almost the panel out there too with Jackie and Biggie and all them, and he's just losing his shit, and then he hits oh my god, I can't even think, the general manager. My brain is
Adam Pearce.
Yeah. So good. I even posted that in my stories. I was like, how do people not like wrestling? This is so good. I love when shit just I don't even want to say breaks the fourth wall, but it almost suspends reality where I felt like I was watching an episode of Cops or something where some drunk man is just beating up people. I don't know. It was pretty funny.
I loved it. I loved it. And not just because Priest retained, but that's one of the reasons. There's obviously a lot of controversy because they counted 3. I will say,
oh yeah,
that's not uncommon these days. Think back Do you remember that Roman Reigns versus I think it was Kevin Owens match where Kevin Owens handcuffed Reigns and
Yeah,
Paul Heyman couldn't get him out? And that was like, I
yeah,
don't know, a 50 count.
yeah,
So I mean, it's it's not uncommon.
yeah.
I've seen a couple of things where people are saying like, so Bubba Ray Dudley, who I don't listen to for anything usually, but this was like a physical thing as a wrestler. He could be right with this. Um, I may never say that Bubba Ray Dudley is right on
Are
anything.
you putting are
Yeah.
you putting are you putting Dudley over right now?
No,
Are you giving him the rub right now?
I will never rub anything on Bubba Ray Dudley, on or
I was
about.
I was by the way, I set you up for that because I was like, I just want to hear what she's gonna say for this. It's gonna be good.
Um, but what he said was when Priest is laying there, he's watching his hand and he's like the
Yeah.
way he's like he thought he got like a stinger or something because like the way his hand moved, like it was an unnatural movement. Like he was
Oh
definitely
shit.
checking to make sure that he was okay. And maybe
Oh
Priest is
shit.
injured, maybe he was injured because um Priest is like usually pretty good in situations where he has to improvise because the other thing was that they thought was um it looked like they were waiting for Drew's music to hit and it didn't.
Oh,
um
okay.
that was the other thing. So who knows? Those are the two theories I like the most, that seem the most likely to me.
Yeah, I hear you. Am I surprised that we're starting with anything Damian Priest centric? No, I am not.
I mean, he's just such a beautiful man
I
and
love
has
that you
so
and
much
I have
talent.
you and I love that you and I have complete opposite tastes in men, but the only place where our little Venn diagram overlaps is Orange Cassidy because he is a very attractive man.
Yeah, I love me some orange. It's funny
Yeah,
though that like, so you have a big old crush on the Undertaker, and I like
yeah,
the bisexual Undertaker.
yeah. My dad was even watching. My favorite match of all time is Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and Mick Foley. And it was during Undertaker's entrance. I literally like was in the bathroom and heard it. And I was like, I know that from anywhere. I know what he's watching. And I like washed my hands really quick and like ran out to see Undertaker's entrance. Cause I mean, it takes like fucking 30 minutes for him to get to the ring. So I knew I had time, but you know, I
Yeah.
was like, God, he's still hot. And my dad was like, what? I was like, I mean, I still agree with my 8 year old self who was like, he's cute. Like I still think, like I look back, I was like, 90s Undertaker could get it.
You and my mom have the same taste apparently, because my mom was all about him. She cared not for wrestling, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. I love that though. I love having a friend who we have opposite tastes in men.
very rarely do MJ and I overlap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, beautiful, beautiful man. Anyway,
But yeah. But yeah,
my own
lots of stuff
personal
went
red
on.
flag.
Yeah. We all have them.
Mm-hmm.
We all have them.
Oh yeah.
Um, Sticking with Money in the Bank, we've got a new Miss Money in the Bank in Tiffany Stratton. It
Wearing
was
very Charlotte inspired gear.
yeah, and we're calling it the Toronto screw job because Chelsea Green was so close to winning. So close.
I fucking love that Chelsea Green did the thing where she actually opened the clasp. Like instead of just like pawing at the briefcase, she like
Sure.
she was like, could this technically maybe go wrong? Sure. But like actually opening that little claw really got
Hmm.
everyone like,
And that like chef's kiss of like falling that way on the table like that, tables like that, so
mhm.
good. And it's always one of those things where it's like setting up tables will lead to your own destruction, you know, like it's always like that classic case, right?
Oh yeah, and it was beautiful with her being afraid of the ladders and heights. And I loved her opening up by just like jumping at it. Also
Yeah.
reminded me of cats, like that meme where a cat's jumping and with its arms up, going, witness me. Every time I
It,
see
re-
a still of that, that's what I think.
it reminded me of like the motivational poster where it's like just hang in there, you know, it's like an animal like that. Yeah.
Money in the Bank was giving cat.
Yeah, it was. It kind of was giving cat. How people say like this like Nike shoe or whatever is like very Gemini of you. It's like, yeah, Money in the Bank was very Cat.
Yep.
Speaking of which, there's Cat.
Yep. Scarlett's just like, I am an expert. I'm here for my opinions. It's so hot, Scarlett. Why?
Expert.
That's good. I like that.
I never get over with my dad jokes with Sabrina. Somebody write this down. Normally
Maybe
it's
we
just
should
like,
do more cat ones.
there you go. I need to know my audience better.
Mhm.
Normally it's just sustained eye contact and a slow head shake. Or like moving on.
Mhm. Hey, at least then when you earn it, you know you've earned it.
Exactly, exactly. I'll take a pop where I can get it. It's all right.
Look how tangled this cat is in my hair. She was just looking at the screen and like you just see my curls all over her face.
Adorable.
She's something.
Well, do we have anything else that we want to touch on for Money in the Bank, lady?
Uh, um, what was so
We have some more WWE stuff to touch
yeah.
on, but those are the
Yeah.
two main highlights from.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think the women's match definitely like was match of the night, in my opinion.
Hands down. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That last match I was not a fan of. It
No.
was like kind of a it was kind of a stinker
Yeah, and honestly, it shouldn't have been the
last
last
match.
one. Nothing really happened in it. Um,
Yeah,
it should have the last match should have been, oh my God, Scarlett
the women's.
and or um or it could have been the men's championship match. Like if they were like, we want the a champion to be in
Yeah.
the is, do you hear her screaming?
I heard like a weird ah.
That's Scarlett. Dobby has entered the room and she has a lot of feelings about that. So
My back.
yeah,
Ah, like an old man.
yeah,
That's
that's
gonna
her.
look that's gonna be really attractive on camera when we play that back. I'm really excited that that face is gonna live on the internet now.
You will.
Kind of, I don't
Um,
know why it reminded me like the 1-800 contacts. My brand, like the way I said it like that.
yes. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like there was actually stuff that happened in Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest, like between the
Yes.
caption and like everything. Also,
Yeah.
Damian Priest has yet to main event a pay-per-view as champion, and
He hasn't?
he has not, and it's pissing me the fuck off.
Mm,
Because like Cody's always the one who's in the main event.
that is weird. Huh. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. While I'm at things that are pissing me off, I also think Bailey, who has had the championship longer than Liv Morgan, which is why it's Bailey. Yeah, she's still had it longer. Like Bailey should also be ending a paper.
Bailey is not getting nearly as much TV time as Liv right now either, like at all, like not even a fraction.
No, 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 no.
It's really interesting seeing how many people are split on this Liv Morgan storyline too. Like you and I are both like, this is predatory and creepy. And then I just spoke to somebody the other day who was like, this is the best work Liv's ever done in her career. And I was like, I wish that I could have like an unfiltered opinion of what Liv thinks of this current storyline. Like maybe she loves it. I don't know. But I mean, and I'm not trying to project my feelings onto Liv Morgan, but I'd be like, damn, like my first title run was shitty because it was a transition phase with the Vince McMahon era to the Triple H era. So it was
Yeah.
like she got caught in the crosshairs and people were totally turning against her for no reason, even though she put in a damn good run on everything she did and she tried to innovate and do all these things. And I liked it. But now this is her second run and this is what she gets. It kind of feels like, I don't know. It feels sucky to me.
Yeah, because the run's not, it's not about the title, that's for sure. And it's not even,
Right.
it's still like Rhea is still centered in it.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, like, while it might kind of look like a man is centered in it, it's not. It's all about Rhea. Um,
Right. Right.
and I appreciate that, but also you don't want your entire title run to be about somebody else.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
It's
Although
sad.
I'm, if you cut out all of the like shitty stuff with Dominic Mysterio,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to watch Rhea Ripley strangle the life out of Liv Morgan.
Jesus.
And I like Liv Morgan. Like, I think they're going to have it's going to be great. It had better be
Yeah.
after forcing us to watch her become a predator.
Yeah. Yeah. She deserves her just desserts after all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of vengeance here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also want to see Rhea just slap the shit out of Finn Balor.
Mm.
What a little
Yeah.
turnboat.
Sure. Sure.
As I said,
You know,
Damian Priest and his Libra best friend energy.
so we've talked about all of these people, but we haven't officially talked about how Rhea Ripley is back
Oh yeah.
and how funny some of the stuff around this was. I'll start with like the backstage stuff because you messaged me because I was not watching Raw this week, but you messaged me and you're like, I think Rhea's coming back tonight. And I was like, why? And then I saw the clip immediately after where Damian Priest is like, there's a surprise, but I can't tell you. You'll find out on your own. So he warned him to be on his best behavior. He tried. And then
Mm-hmm.
fucking Carlito, I had to watch that clip 3 times because Carlito made a joke about Dominic was saying it's hard, okay? And then like Carlito was basically like, not the only thing that's hard. And I was just like, I was like, what era of WWE are we in right now? Like to me, I was like, we are really gearing up for that Netflix phase. And I'm like so curious where this goes. Cause and also having Carlito be the one to say it was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, like you can tell DX is at the helm now.
Yes, 1,000%. Yeah,
But yeah, I feel like Carlito's entire return has been leading up to that comment.
totally.
Looking at Dominic Mysterio's crotch and making a hard comment.
It's so funny. Oh my God. But Rhea's back. Mommy's back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting.
Liv Morgan ran for the hills and then, peeked out and looked and was like, meh.
So I'm curious then, because we have Bash in Berlin. Is it the next pay-per-view?
I have no idea. I'm not even gonna pretend that I
Oh,
know.
wait. No, no, no. When is SummerSlam? Is it in July or August?
August.
Okay, I think Bash in Berlin is after it then. So SummerSlam is next, I believe. If I'm wrong, then someone can correct me. But I think
Oh,
that
they will.
SummerSlam is next. Oh yeah, they will. So SummerSlam's next. So I mean, we're gonna get Liv and Mommy. That's gonna be a pretty sick match.
Yeah. I'm pumped.
Me too. There's one piece of news that came out today that might have to do with WWE also, and that is we saw CMLL, formerly of New Japan Pro Wrestling, formerly of CMLL, Stephanie Vaquer, um, is gave up her title. She relinquished her title. What do you think that's about, Sabrina?
Well, everyone, well, so I found out about this through you, and you were
Mm-hmm.
like, you became everyone in this story, by the way. I'm like, everyone said this. I'm like, actually, no, MJ said this. Um,
I do that too, and then I stop and like, or people are like, what are your sources?" And I'm like, "A video I saw on TikTok." And I'm like, like it's some accredited doctor or something.
right. Um, the rumors from MJ are that she is going to WWE.
Yeah.
Quite possible. The other one I think that's possible is TNA. Um,
Yep.
because neither one of them are working with either of those companies. So that would be a hard, like, you done.
Sure. Yeah. And I think that's so we know it's not New Japan, obviously not New Japan because she was a champion in New Japan, and not AEW because they have such an open relationship with those companies. So when you said that earlier, like, what about TNA? And my mind was like, possibly, because how fucking amazing would Jordan versus Stephanie go?
Yeah. Yeah, TNA has a baller women's division. So like she
Yeah,
could do so much there.
they
So
do.
much. And
They do.
because of the crossover, no matter which company she winds up in, if that's where she is going, and not like, and it's not something like where she's injured or like something else has happened.
Hmm.
She like both of those rosters will be open to her.
Absolutely. I will say that, granted, I'm not keeping up with WWE as much. I just watch like a ton of clips and things. But I mean, Bailey versus Stephanie would be pretty sick to watch.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of SummerSlam match I would love to see.
Yeah. She she did so well at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Like she could write like any company. I'm sure her like inbox blew up.
Yeah. 1,000%.
It's like, how
That
much
was so
money
good.
do we want?
I thought it was really sweet. Mercedes Monet congratulated Stephanie on her post too. Like, so it was just like a nice like show of sportswomanship. I thought that was pretty cool.
I did not see that, but again, literally the only thing I saw was I believe it was a screenshot you sent me. So
I was excited.
my news source is MJ.
MJ News reporting here from this wall with baskets on it.
You should do a series like that.
That would be pretty damn funny. What if I just pop up and I'm reporting in random places? There was a fucking frog outside my front door last night. We don't have frogs here. So
Okay.
that's how you know it's been a little bit rainy. So I was like, the fuck? Good thing I like picked up Freddie. And like so normally I'll just let him run in to get some exercise, because he's fucking 4.5 pounds. So, he gets a little jaunt from the driveway up to the front door.
Hmm.
But for some reason I was like, I'll pick him up. Good thing, 'cause there's just a big ass toad. And we get like poisonous toads here when the rains come. So
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, when you said there
I'm
was a frog, I was like, and? Because there's so many frogs here.
Really? Oh my God, that's so weird to think about. This is the first time I've ever really seen a frog other than in my pool a couple of weeks ago.
Before the tree took out my pool, every summer, like my entire life, the pool was like their social club. So
Oh my God, that's funny.
yeah, lots of frog noises.
That's quite a riveting story you're telling me.
I'm enjoying these animal puns. I really am.
Yes.
Expanding out from cats. I appreciate that.
We're branching out. We're branching out.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You're just
We're
going
leap
for it
we're
today.
we're just leapfrogging, from topic to topic.
Everybody else who's listening is just like, stop.
Get back to wrestling. Get back to wrestling. That was it for WWE and Money in the Bank, unless you have anything else you want to add.
Well, not it for WWE. Main roster WWE, yes.
Yes. NXT next.
Let's do this.
All right. There's a certain man that you're very fond of. Do you want to talk about that?
uh the magical, the mystical Joe Hendry. Yes, yes.
Yes. By
Um,
the way, I think the clap scared Freddie. He just ran the fuck off.
I'm
He's not
sorry,
ready. He's
Freddie.
not ready to say his name.
Ugh, ugh, that's that's a shame, Freddie. That's a shame. Yes.
He'll come around. He'll come around. He's my kid.
Yeah. Yeah. The pops that Joe Hendry gets in NXT, like the
Yeah.
second that man's contract comes up, WWE, I think, is just going to back up a dump truck of money and be like, eh.
I saw a comment, by the way, that made me think of you. They said, what if Cena's retirement match is Henry?
I think I would just sob. Oh my God, that's what we didn't talk about with SummerSlam, or not SummerSlam, Money in the Bank,
Money
John
in the
Cena.
Bank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
announced.
that little old thing.
Yeah, my God. Oh,
Wait, can we give Ray a shout out? Because I am not a John Cena fan, as everybody knows. And I know that I'm like in the I know I am realistic enough as a human to recognize his contributions. I'm not arrogant enough, right? To be like, ah, what has this man done? He's just not my guy. He's never been my guy, and I stick to that, right? Um, but Ray posted the funniest fucking thing on Instagram. She was like, Cena, that could have been an email. And I was like, oh, this is so good.
I violently disagree with that.
I knew you would. I knew you would. I feel like I'm the only person that wrote Ray and went, yeah.
No, no, no. Like tears. The second I saw that gear, like his little towel, and then tears. I was just like, no, I'm not ready. Like he's been talking about retiring for a while, wanting to retire before he's 50. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, it softened the blow a little bit that he's gonna do like 30 to 40 dates thus far
Yeah.
next year. But
Sure.
yeah, oh, kicked me right in the teeth.
You got to be there for one of those.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough that I've seen him wrestle live many a time, but yeah, I'm selfish enough where I need more.
Yeah, I hear you. And yeah, I mean, as much as I'm not a Cena fan, I really have appreciated on social media the outpouring love that he's gotten ever since he announced this, and people showing like themselves as little kids with the armbands and the hat, and like, I mean, like whether you like Cena or not, he inspired an entire current generation of wrestling fans. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Um, I've only ever had one shirt that a non-wrestling fan got me.
uh-huh.
And it was Deanna, and she got me in college a shirt that said had John Cena on it, and it said John Cena pinned me. And I still have that thing. It is like threadbare, but I will never give it up.
Aw, that's cute. That's
Yeah.
cute.
But yeah.
So we did miss that. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Back to Joe Hendry. Yes, would love that as a match. Would love them facing off. Like this, like they would have to have Joe Hendry do one of his songs for Cena,
Sure.
which also skipping around a little bit. Well, do you want to talk about your man getting the
Yes, you know I do. You
mm-hmm.
know I do. Selfishly, I was hoping you'd leave that for me. Yeah, as of Heatwave, which by the way is the worst pay-per-view name in history. And I love NXT. But I'm sorry, that was the worst pay-per-view name I've ever heard of in my life is Heatwave. But something really great came out of Heatwave, and that is the new NXT World Champion in All Ego Ethan Page. I am a huge Egon fangirl. I adore him. I think he's great. And I'm really excited that he has this time 6 weeks into his career in NXT, the fastest anyone has ever been a champion in NXT. It's incredible. I'm so happy for him. Like this is the stuff like it I love when people bet on themselves and
Mm-hmm.
it pays off in spades. And this is so cool to see. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
Yeah. Tony Khan fumbled that ball so fucking hard. Because Ethan Page is someone who is the total package.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And what I am dying for is Joe Hendry versus Ethan Page because their promos against each other will be beautiful. And I want Joe
Yeah.
Hendry to do a song about Ethan Page.
Yeah. That would be pretty great.
This is
I'm
my
here for
wish.
that. Yeah, sign me up too. I'm in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So good. Like I think he's going to have, like Ethan Page, I think he's going to have one hell of a title reign. And I think there's going to be a lot of like moments that not only are great for like social media posts, but like stick in people's minds.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great too that Ethan Page at his age too, because I feel like that was a hesitancy like going like that people have had, right? Not me. And I think that's stupid that people think that, but like, you're like quote unquote the old man in the young kids kind of game, right? But I love that they're mixing like it doesn't matter. Like I love people that break boundaries and rules like that. I think it's pretty badass. And I think
Hmm.
that's cool that we are seeing him getting this sick run at his age too. Not that he's fucking like 80 or anything, obviously, but I just love it. It makes me really happy.
Yeah. How long do you think he'll be in NXT? When do you think he's gonna get the call up?
The Rumble.
The Rumble's a good call. Yeah. I think he'll definitely be in the Rumble. If they don't call him up before, I think WrestleMania season he'll be main
I,
roster.
Girl, I'm already looking forward to Ethan Page in like Survivor Series. I feel like that, like, oh, that makes like I just got like a little like flutter of excitement as I said that, you know?
Yeah. I'm so excited for everything he's going to do.
Who do we think when he gets on the main roster? Because right now he's doing a heel thing, which I love. I mean, he's the kind of person that I love as both a heel and a face, just genuinely, because he knows how to pull on your heartstrings and get you to like him, and he knows
Mhm.
how to get under your skin, which is great.
I can't believe that this is the first person that came into my mind, and I don't know why. But
Mm-hmm.
I think him and Austin Theory could do some fun stuff. And I think
Yeah.
daughter Austin Theory.
Speaking of you and I having the opposite tastes, you know I love me some Austin Theory.
I loved like I like Austin Theory as a wrestler. I'm just not like, ooh baby, ooh baby.
I am.
Yeah.
But anyway, as you were talking, I was thinking Sammy and KO, and literally not even just like the Canadian connection, but just like personality wise, how fun that would be to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially like again, his mic skills against like Kevin Owens. Like, because I could just see him riling Kevin Owens up so much to the point where Kevin Owens does that, like, you know what? And then he just rants.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when I think if wrestlers were characters from Inside Out, Kevin Owens, when he gets like that, would be anger.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Wait, we should do an episode where we talk about WWE or like wrestlers as inside out or even like movie characters. We should do that. Like if a WWE wrestler or AEW, whoever was a movie character, or what? Yeah, that I love
Yeah.
that. We should do that.
Oh, we both sob when we talk about whoever Bing Bong is.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it would probably be John Cena because can't see him.
Clever, clever, clever girl.
Um, anything else on the Joe Hendry, Ethan Page front?
I was just gonna add that we saw in NXT this week that the Rascals came back, which was pretty cool. We get to
Mhm.
see like a legendary tag team kind of entering the mix of things. And I love tag team wrestling, so for me, I'm like, let's do it. Let's bring it.
All about that life.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with them. It'll be fun.
Yeah, me too.
They got the skills. I also realized we had talked about this not on camera, maybe through like a private conversation off.
Oh God, what are you gonna say? I'm just kidding.
No, no, just about how great Trick Williams and Joe Hendry were together.
Yeah, exactly. I do. I love that chemistry. It's so funny. I love like a straight man with like a goofy character though. That's like a vibe I love.
Oh yeah. I also like Trick Williams. Every time I look at him, I'm like, how are your abs real, sir?
Trick Williams is gorgeous.
He is
That's a beautiful
beautiful.
man right there.
He is beautiful. He's stunning.
Yeah, he is. He's talented. He's beautiful. He's full package like that. People don't like his promos, but I don't know. Some people you got to work on it, you know. And I think he's like come a long way. Honestly, I think he's great.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing with like someone who doesn't have the best promos, you can give them like a Zelina Vega or a Paul Heyman or someone who is an excellent talker.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's because I love Zelina Vega. That's why she was the first one that popped into my mind.
You know what? One thing I will say, you saying Zelina Vega made me think of it, is that people online were saying that Andrade stole the show for the men's Money in the Bank. He had a lot of great spots, but for me, I have an Andrade bias because I fucking love him so much that I was like, I need more. So I feel like everybody online was like, hell yeah, he stole the show. And I was like, no, I needed more of it. So I told this to Sabrina too. I was like, I needed like 5 more minutes of that men's match. Like I know it was like 20 minutes, but I felt like it left me wanting more, you know?
Yeah, there could have been more in that match and less in that main event.
1,000%. And you know about that main event too is like it felt like they putting it at the end of the card made me think that something fun was going to happen, but nothing did, and that would made it
Yeah,
even more of a letdown.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. Um, Dang, I had something with NXT and it's gone now. It'll come back at some
yeah.
point as we're talking.
We are going to get to see. We're talking about the Rascal, so I'm wondering if Gigi Dolan will get involved in that at all too, or how we're gonna see that kind of play out. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. Is she because she was injured, but I have no idea where she is in her journey on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah. Um, shall we switch the gears over to
AEW.
mhm.
It's funny because you know that I'm biased and I love AEW, but when I compare what happened in AEW in the last week to what happened in these other two, insane night and day difference. Insane difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. What stood out to you in the last week? Not to put you on the spot. For transparency, Sabrina did not get a chance to watch Collision, so I'm not trying to. I'm not putting
Yeah.
you on the spot.
I mean, Britt Baker's promo explaining like how she had been sick. Um,
Yeah,
Hands
that was
out.
good.
Um, mm, yeah. It it was a little painful, like because Britt Baker is so good on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes, that is not her strongest suit. Um,
Sure.
and I think the more they have them face off, it's going. I'm not hopeful that it's going to up her game. Um,
Okay.
but maybe it will. Maybe. I don't know. Britt's still got it.
Britt does still got it.
Yeah.
I
Britt's
feel.
another
I
one though with
feel.
abs.
I know. She looked great.
Yeah.
We'll see. I feel like it's gonna force Mercedes to have to up her game because after that Stephanie match, the way that the internet blew up and was just like, I mean, the internet since Mercedes has been in AEW just shit on her. Let's be honest. Like people were so like leading up to that, we're like, she's gonna debut. We're so excited, and we're talking her up, and then they just like, and it was just like total. You talk about like turncoats. Like, come on, like everybody flipped the script and then acted like they were against her the entire time. And then now you know that when she's going to be on top again, people are going to say that they never left her side. But then you go back and look at if you could look at their comment history, then you would know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this
yeah,
her current character is just not clicking with me. I don't like the CEO gimmick at all.
I don't either. And I don't know. Did we talk about it on a podcast months ago, or was that just a conversation between you and I where it's like in her personal life, she's just very into like spirituality and crystals. I was like, I would love to see somebody take that and make that a heel character where they're just like, I'm gonna cleanse you. I'm gonna cleanse you. I am the one to purify the world, or something like that. I was like, I would kill for that gimmick.
Yeah, and like a punch to the face could be like the chakra realigner or something. I don't know. Like
Hell yeah.
like there's so much you could do with that.
I fucking love that.
You should like
You should
trademark that shit now, MJ.
I know.
Go find like an indie wrestler you really like and be like, look, I have something I need to try out, but I'm
I
not
feel
going
like
to go doing it.
it would need to be a backbreaker or something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, that's so cool. I love that.
Mm.
I would love to be a manager for somebody that had that gimmick and just walk out and oh my God, that'd be so fucking good.
You're just like ringing one of those little bells, like to
Hell
cleanse
yeah.
the area.
Oh, like, yeah, bring in my little Tibetan bowl and just hell yeah.
God.
You should write gimmicks, Sabrina, and wrestling move names apparently.
uh, I missed my calling. What can I say?
Never too late. never too
True.
late.
True. 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 Um, but yeah, I love that Britt's back. And that she let down the wall a little bit to give us a little peek behind the curtain about what was going on.
I loved the you got to get in line for Mercedes, and like the Brit looks behind her, bitch, what line?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. I loved it. Can we, it's really interesting. You and I kind of talked about this before, and I can't remember now whether we talked about it on here or not, but how the bar has been raised and you are forced to adapt or die. Like when we think about how the women's evolution essentially in WWE, how that kickstarted so many things, and so many people are fans of people like Mercedes Moné and Bayley, and Charlotte and Becky, but how all of those people have subsequently been forced to step up, and
Yeah.
how now we're seeing that having to happen with Mercedes as well, because it's so evident, because now the bar is like crazy for women's wrestlers.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's I think the time off TV really did her a lot of harm in that, because there was so much growth during that interval. And like
Yeah.
now it's too difficult to look back and tell like if she is just at the place she was before she left and we're just jaded because of seeing like all this excellent like wrestling. Uh
Yeah.
or if she is deteriorated. Like I can't tell. I'm gonna assume that
Mm-hmm.
there's some ring rust, but I don't know.
I'm hoping it's ring rust, because I have seen like some cool videos of her like training at House of Glory, and like she's putting in the work, but I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know. I'm being optimistic,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just a really badass time for women's wrestling right now, and like I just keep thinking back of like Stephanie Vacquer's signing, and or not signing, but rumored signing, and like I don't know. It's pretty fucking cool. I'm just excited for everything.
Yeah. Um the other thing that really like one of the other things that really stood out to me on AEW Dynamite would have been MJF turning on Daniel Garcia, that whole
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah. And Daddy Magic cutting killer promos covered in blood. I'm sure you skipped that part. Yeah.
Believe it
It
or
was pretty
not.
gross. But it was pretty gross, but it was like the dude's got so much passion for the industry that like it's cool. And I love me some Daniel Garcia, so
I love that Daddy Magic to me sounds like he's from like New York, but he's from Canada.
oh, that's so funny. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. He just
I think that's oh, go ahead, lady.
I was gonna say he just sounds like almost like an old vaudeville character.
I think that the name is what works against that man. Like I cannot take somebody seriously in the year 2024 that's named Daddy Magic. Like
Yeah.
it gives me such like an attitude era, or like even pre-attitude era, like, I'm thinking like golden era wrestler, you did Daddy Magic.
County Fair wrestling. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think he can change his name.
Yeah. Hey, you know who also returned with Hangman?
Yes, yes, he did. Psychotic. Just psychotic. I loved
I fu-
him the Bucks backstage and him just being
Yeah. Yes. It was dope. I love this you can't even really call him a heel, but I don't know. I love this little darker side of the dark cowboy.
he's unhinged for sure.
Yeah, unhinged cowboy. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
writing that down.
It's
Unhinged cowboy.
he's had a long time out on that prairie. He's weary.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
The sounds from this podcast, my God.
So I heard you like ASMR.
Which is funny because you hate it.
I fucking hate it.
Um, yeah, what else from AEW do you got?
One more thing. We saw a little Jurassic Express reunion
Oh yes.
on
Yes.
Collision, which was that Jungle Boy. Was that Jack Perry's first defense of the TNT title? I feel like it might have been.
I feel like I feel like there was another defense, but it was of like a throwaway person. I could be wrong. I feel like enhancement talent.
Enhancement
Yeah.
talent. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see Marco stunt back, Mr. Fun Size himself. I thought that I love stuff like that. And also, I don't know. I know he was really depressed when his contract ended
Wasn't
in
renewed.
AEW. Yeah, it wasn't renewed. So I thought it was cool. A nice little, somebody made actually a comment that I thought was really cool. And they were like, how crazy is it that AEW has a history now? And I was like, wow, like that we can pull from, like almost like different eras in that way. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah. Yeah. And like the look on Jack Perry's face, he sold it really well.
He did. I do love me some Jack Perry.
Yeah. Same. It's just so funny. Like I love telling people who love Luke Perry, like, did you know that his son's a wrestler?
I do
Imagine
too.
imagine his face with my hair.
Yeah, that's real right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Um,
That was a lot in 1 week of wrestling, lady.
it was. And like there was a lot that happened in TNA too. Tomorrow night, because again, they haven't showed everything, but Thursday night, Rebby will have her first match back.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun.
thought they didn't they didn't show it on the fourth. I don't know why I thought they showed it on the fourth.
I don't think that
She
was on the
po
fourth.
she,
Oh
she
wait,
made a
maybe.
post.
Maybe.
Yeah. She made a post about like she was doing like the audio with like the God bless our troops or whatever I think it was, and it was like talking about her first match was back in time for 4th of July or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if they showed it that night. It might have been for the second show. I don't know. Maybe it has aired. I haven't checked, obviously. It's also
Maybe.
full disclosure, it is hot as hell in northeastern Pennsylvania, and I am dying. I don't do well in the heat. My brain starts malfunctioning.
I think your brain sounds I was gonna say I think your brain sounds great. That doesn't make any sense. I live in the heat. Mine's already melted a long time ago.
Like yesterday, I was talking to my supervisor at work, and in the middle of a sentence, I just went, I don't remember what I was saying anymore. I'm so sorry. And she was like, this heat's killing us all.
Oh my God.
All of us are just collectively like, oh,
I know. It's been rough.
yeah. They put me in charge of talking to people. I don't know why.
I can't words right now.
Right. Oh, I was talking, I was talking to somebody else about how like my perfect weather is in the 70s. We are more than 20 degrees above that now.
Yep, yep. I do like a good like 60s, 70s kind of vibe right there.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
agreed. All right, lady. Anything else you want to say about this week in wrestling?
I could have lived with some more Orange Cassidy,
Always. You could
but
use some more freshly squeezed in your life.
always, yes, yes.
Yep, yep. That
That's
tracks.
and Scarlett is back for our outro.
Just in time.
Yep.
All right. In the name of our Lord and Savior,
Willow Nightingale.
the Babe with Power,
How with voodoo? Who do? You do.
nothing matters. Smile anyway.